Like I said yesterday, I can't worry about it until Entercom says don't come to work
Right.
because everyone in the building has it.
Yeah.
I can't worry about it.
Yeah, unless this is like a quarantine hot zone that we can't
Unless
drive
I get
to.
an email from Briarwoods High School saying keep your kid at school because we're worried about the spread of corona in the school, I can't worry about it. I can't. I got other stuff on my mind.
Sure. Like taxes.
I'm going to get
It's almost tax
I'm
time.
gonna get bung jobbed in taxes. Worst I've ever gotten.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a sore spot for you.
Yeah, I'm waiting to the last possible second to file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got other stuff on my mind. I can't worry about it.
I mean, 14 people in the U.S. have been infected, and they've all had either been to China recently or close contact with someone who had.
Right.
So it's not like it's spreading like wildfire here. I mean, it's already been here, right? It's already here. We've got 14 people with corona.
I mean, the weird part about it is my son is in the Canary Islands, which are 4 hours south of Spain, off the coast of Africa. You would think super isolated. Coronavirus isn't going to show up there. Oh, really? When an infected Italian doctor flies there and checks into a hotel and starts coughing like you, and that comes down the coronavirus, and everybody in the hotel is quarantined. Hello, it's shown up in the Canary Islands, somewhere you wouldn't expect it to be. Like, how would it get there? Oh, somebody who's infected goes there, spreads it.
Huh.
Now, hopefully it's contained.
Did you see the video?
How big is the Canary Islands? Like, what's the population? What's the size?
How would I know?
I mean, you might have looked it up when your son was going there.
I've looked it up and I've seen pictures. It's beautiful, but I don't know like the stats about it. I don't know the population. I would guess the population of all of the Canary Islands is 500,000 or less.
Right.
It might be way less.
Now you're going to Spain
Probably
next
way
month?
less than that.
Going to Spain in April.
Okay, I mean, 2 months.
As long as, like the coronavirus hasn't
spread. But you're not going to the Canary Islands. You said you're going. No. I didn't even know the city.
The travel is too difficult
for
the span of time.
Visiting?
Southern Spain, Malaga.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah, I went there for my honeymoon, remember?
How did you like it? I didn't know you went to the south of Spain.
You didn't go to Barcelona?
No, we flew.
Madrid?
Yeah, I went to Madrid, flew into Madrid, and then we went south, took the train south. Went to, I think it's Malaga. I think it's pronounced Malaga.
You could be right. I'm sure you're right.
We went to some small towns.
What I remember about you telling me everybody about Spain was that everybody smoked.
Yeah.
You said everybody it was a nation of ROMs.
Well, everyone smoked, and bars and restaurants didn't open until 11 o'clock at night.
Right. It's a way different schedule, way different way of life.
I had no idea what to do.
Well, yeah, and also businesses often close lunchtime.
Yeah, but
so
their
like
lunches,
shop owners sometimes.
Yeah,
but their lunches are like 4 hours.
12 to 2, right?
Yeah, their lunch is 4 hours. People just go off and smoke for 4 hours.
So how am I going to deal with like a 5 p.m. dinner? I don't think that's going to fly very well.
No, you're not.
When I'm over in Spain,
zippy 5
That's
going
to be like lunchtime.
It's probably a lot different now. More Americanized.
Right, these are the towns I went to. Flew into Madrid. I went to Sevilla. Mm-hmm. I went to Malaga. I went to Cordoba, and there was one other I went to. But again, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I mean, I can't remember.
And the reason you chose that was because at the time,
Spanair, yeah.
we had a sponsor, Spanair, and so you got it hooked.
I mean, we've been doing radio so long that airlines just come and go, like Spanair. I remember we did business with, I think it was Independence Air that was based out of like Dulles. That went belly up. Well, we were just outlasting multiple airlines during this run.
We've taken down a lot of businesses, too.
Apparently we have, yes. Golf USA, Golf USA.
When Eric was talking about it, he panics about everything. So I couldn't really take it seriously. But when there's something about Harvard, when you throw Harvard in there, if the epidemiologist was from Rutgers, I'd have just been like, whatever.
Well, also when the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, comes out and says, yeah, there's basically going to be a pandemic, and it's going to happen at some point. It's going to spread through communities here in the United States. It catches your attention.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's some epidemiologists from Yale or Cornell who probably said, no, it's not going to be a big deal.
Maybe.
It's not like they're all on the same page. I've heard, seen interviews with guys saying it's not going to be as big a deal as people think.
Right.
Although the IOC is thinking about canceling.
I did see that.
Not postponing, not moving it to next year, canceling the Olympics.
They said you have a few months to figure out what's going on with the virus, and if it's not cleaned up, the Olympics are finished.
Can you imagine if you're a swimmer and you've been training for years for the Olympics.
Yeah, it's
that
gotta be
you're
terrible.
one shot and they just cancel it. I mean, that would be. I don't think they're going
Right,
to.
because
but-
people have the sniffles and have a cough.
What were you going to say, Drabby?
Well, I don't really understand that because hasn't everyone said as soon as it warms up in 1 month, it's going to wipe this thing out?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So
I mean,
what are we-
I'll be
what
honest.
are we panicking
I
about?
heard that on yesterday's show in this think tank. I haven't
heard that.
I haven't listened that much outside of what we've talked about here.
I don't know.
I
And
kind
so
of
why
want.
is that virus thriving in some places that are warm? Like
It's not. It's not. It's
not warm.
It's not in Africa and in South America at
okay,
all.
but
It's
I
not
would
warm.
imagine some of those cruise ships are in warm areas.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the people getting them, maybe the people who got on to those cruise ships were in cold weather cities before that actually started to
Right,
spread.
they're probably a bunch of like pale Euros that got on the boat in like
Yeah.
Belgium, where it's probably butt cold. Then they sailed out in the middle of the sea near Japan. I'm just making that up.
Drabby, I'm
How would
with
I
you.
know where they boarded
Drabby,
from?
I'm with you.
You don't see a lot of guys with the flu in June.
No. Usually it does not
That's
survive.
It's a good
Yeah.
point.
It doesn't survive the warm months. Usually. But, I didn't
you
go
know
to,
what?
I didn't go to
Like
med
I
school
said,
either.
maybe
I went to Arizona State. So.
Yeah.
maybe this Harvard guy is a kook.
I don't know. But I do side with you in that you do lend more credence to it because he went to Harvard or
Right.
he's aligned with Harvard.
Yeah.
And he's not a Sun Devil. I mean, if he was a Sun Devil, you just kind of scoff at him.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to Arizona State.
If it said Florida State epidemiologist,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that's a fine university. It might
Yeah.
actually be tough to get into. I don't know what the standards
Oh,
are
I don't
for
think
Florida State.
I don't think it's tough to
okay,
get
but
into.
if it said Florida State epidemiologist, be
yeah,
like,
right.
but something about Harvard. and
Yeah, if you say Johns Hopkins epidemiologist, you're like, that carries some weight. But if you say Clemson epidemiologist, okay, I'm sorry, I think of Clemson more for sending defensive linemen to the NFL.
Clemson ain't easy to get into either, bro.
I don't think it's easy, but Johns Hopkins is harder.
When teams win national championships,
Yeah.
everyone wants to go there.
I can agree with that.
I don't know. I'm trying to find, some medical expert that says it's not going to be a big deal. I'll find it.